Did that count?
They're counting it.
And they are counting it. That's how
What
you
a
win the first
momentum
half.
turn.
Crimson Tide crowd is coming alive in a big way, and you can see the 5 players in the court for the Tides are feeding off.
Big showing from families, the student body, a great amount of staff here tonight.
Gonna be Crimson Tide ball, and this place is at a fever pitch.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to Lynn, Massachusetts. We are on the campus of Lynn English High School, and this is our Game 2 doubleheader. Right now, we're going to send it down to our public address announcer.
We would like to make a presentation to our 1,000-point scorer this year, the Demide Baptist.
This is Lynn English's 1,000-point scorer, Adimide Badmus, and what a career he has had. Badmus has had quite a career. He's a 4-year starter, and the big fella, he's very good. He's a big-time player. The Tide will have their hands full with Badmus. But that's right, folks. This is Game 2 of our Greater Boston League Championship doubleheader. In the first game, it was the Everett Lady Crimson Tide emerging with the victory and crowning themselves GBL champions. So now it's the boys' turn. These two teams met a few weeks back in Everett, and it was Lynn English pulling away with a 9-point victory. Lynn English needs little introduction. They are the 2-time defending state champion, headlined by their coach, Antonio Anderson. What a program they have. It is the premier program in the state. And head coach Stanley Chamberlain and the Crimson Tide, they are looking to try and climb Mount Everest today. Chamberlain's in his 3rd year. He's done an outstanding job at the helm for the Crimson Tide. And they have been playing good basketball as of late. So it's the Greater Boston League Championship now, and it's the boys' turn. Lynn English Bulldogs will have the basketball first. Starting lineup for the Bulldogs. Junior, number 1, Kanye Wavezwa. Senior, number 22, Aaron Vizcaino. Junior, number 4, Luis Rivera. Senior, number 5, Joshua St. Jean. Correction, Joshua St. Jean's a sophomore. And senior, number 11, your 1,000-point scorer, Adimide Badmus. And for the Crimson Tide, number 3, sophomore, Steve Cordero. Number 4, senior captain, Kevin Arist. Number 13, senior, Juvens Lewis. Number 11, junior, John Menexent. And the senior big fellow for the Crimson Tide is number 21, Edwin Francois. Personal foul called on the Crimson Tide's number 3, Steve Cordero. Luis Rivera will go to the line. And that was a 3-point attempt, so Rivera's going to get 3. Makes the first. Rivera goes 3 for 3 at the line. Bulldogs on the board first, 3-0. This is John Menexent. He is the junior sharpshooter for the Crimson Tide. He's their leading scorer. And number 13, Juvens Lewis, is the second leading scorer for the Crimson Tide. He's a senior. He's got the ball right now. He's going to try it from downtown. Got it! Juvens Lewis from the wing. We're tied up at 3. Now it's Luis Rivera pushing the pace quickly, and English will do just that. They are very much up-tempo, big time. It's a part of their strength. But the Crimson Tide also can run, so we'll see. Wavezwa passes poked away by Menexent. And Lynn English is going to take the first time out of the game. With 13 seconds on the shot clock, 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter. That ball was deflected. That's why it wasn't a backcourt violation. So Bulldogs basketball, and we're tied up at 3. Yeah, back in Everett, it was a 55-46 Lynn English victory. And in that game, the Bulldogs really started to emphasize and really put their strength on display in that third quarter. It was a close game back and forth, but then the Tide had a pretty wild comeback, but it fell just short. So here we are with all the marbles on the line in the Greater Boston League Championship. Bulldogs basketball after the timeout. This is Aaron Vizcaino. Nice move. Driving. Good defense by Francois. Now back to Rivera. He drives. And Rivera just beats the shot clock, and he's got all 5 points for the Bulldogs so far. Menexen. Over to Lewis. Steve Cordero is going to try it from the elbow. No good. Rebound. Kept alive. Who has it? Kevin Reese comes up with it. Oh, nice move by Cordero. Nice look. Cordero to Kevin Reese. Good ball movement from the Tide. We're tied up at 5. Aaron Vizcaino from the corner, spins back, gets a screen from Rivera, back out to Rivera. Now over to Vizcaino. Looking down low for Badness. And we're going to have an off-the-ball call. That's going to be on number 21, Edwin Francois, who is defending Badness. Kanye Wavezwa, defended by Juvens Lewis. Wavezwa had a big game in that Everett game as well. He came up with 2 big defensive stops near the end to help seal the deal for the Bulldogs. Menexen comes up with the steal, takes it to the rack. Nice drive by John Menexen, and the junior will go to the line shooting 2. That foul was on number 1, Kanye Wavezwa. That's his first. Menexen goes 2 for 2. Tied up by 2, 7-5. Vizcaino defended tightly by Menexen. Good D by John. Rivera back to Vizcaino. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Francois defends him nicely at the rim. Good defense by the Tide. Menexen with the rebound. Eyes are up, finds Cordero. Edwin Francois, who's been real key for the Tide the last couple games. The senior has been a double-double machine recently, and he's going to go to the line shooting 2. That foul was on number 5, Joshua St. Jean. That's his first. Both teams with 2 team fouls each. Francois goes 1 for 2. Badness comes up with the rebound. Vizcaino drives. Defended by Cordero. Now Luis Rivera working on Menexen. It's going to find Wavezwa. The lefty's going to drive to the hoop. Turned away by Kevin Reese. Good block. Wavezwa stays with it. That's going to be off his sneaker out of bounds. Crimson Tide basketball. Nice D by Kevin Reese. And now checking into the game for the Crimson Tide, junior, number 5, Narini Muhammad, and sophomore, number 32, Mervyn's Amazon. Also into the game for Lynn English. That's number 3, Marvin's Rosarius. Muhammad trapped at half court. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's going to be Crimson Tide basketball. Rosiris is a big-time defender off that English bench. He's pretty quick. So Muhammad will be defended by Rosiris. Manexon drives baseline. Nice take by Manexon, and one. John Manexon goes up to the hoop and some harm. Nice job by the junior. I said it last game, I'll say it again. The force is with Manexon. He is a skywalker, man. He gets up there. And he converts the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Crimson Tide 11-5, 4:25 remaining in the first quarter. Trying to get it down low to Badmus. He faces a double team. You're going to have to double team the big guy. He's tough down there. Wavezwa gets the rebound. And a nice finish by Kanye Wavezwa at the rim. That's his first 2 points. That English pressure can be tough. Tide do a nice job passing out of it. Juvens Lewis drives to the hoop. That's no good. Muhammad's going to get the rebound. Floater in the lane's good. Narini Muhammad. Narini's coming off a strong semifinal performance against Lynn Classical. There's Badmus imposing his size and will on the boards. Manexon drives to the hoop. Another and one for John Manexon. John's getting it going early. Back rim, Juvens Lewis comes up with the rebound. Now Manexon has it over to Muhammad. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, 15-9, Crimson Tide on top. Oh, nice look by Lewis to Francois. But Badmus comes up with the block at the rim. It's going to stay with the Tide. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 3:20 on the game clock. Nice drive and dish by Lewis, but Badmus again. He's tough down there. He's a rim protector. Double screen. Muhammad comes off. Nice move by Muhammad. Pulls it back out. He drives, kicks it out. Juvens Lewis, corner pocket. No good. Amazon with the offensive rebound. Tide doing a nice job early in the offensive glass. Wavezwa comes up with the steal. Nice finish by Wavezwa at the rim. That's 4 points for Kanye. And Lewis has it. He splits the D. Nice job by Juvens Lewis. That's no good. Muhammad with the rebound. Putback's good. Narini Muhammad making it happen. Gotta like the action early in this one. Coach Chamberlain imploring his guys, D up. Nice job by Amazon forcing the pass out by Rivera. Now Vizcaino has it, working on Amazon. Kicks it out to the corner. That's Rosarius, corner three. Got it. Marvin's Rosarius with the answer from the corner. 17-14, tied up by 3. We're on pace for some points being scored in this one. Muhammad drives. Juvens Lewis, corner. Got it. Juvens Lewis with the 3. Scoreboard operator is going to be busy today. Tied up by 6. 1:45 remaining in this first quarter. Ooh. Almost coming up with that one. Foul is called. Going to stay with Bulldogs. Checking back into the game for the Crimson Tide. Number 3, Stephen Cordero, and number 4, Kevin Arist. And great minutes off the bench by Narini Muhammad and Mervin's Amazon. Muhammad pouring in a quick 4 points. That's bad miss. Nice job by Francois. Lionel Rivera over to Rosales. Menexit's going to come up with the steal. Oh, finds the trailing Edwin Francois, but he can't finish. Badmus comes up with the rebound. Just rimmed out by Francois. Nice dish by Menexit. Wavezwa drives. Lefty float is good. Kanye Wavezwa's got the touch going early. Quick 6-4, Wavezwa. And timeout taken by Coach Chamberlain and the Crimson Tide with 1:07 remaining in this first quarter, tied up by 4. So right now the scoring's pretty balanced for the Crimson Tide. Narini Muhammad has 4. John Menexen has 4. Juvens Lewis is actually leading the way with 6. For the Bulldogs, Kanye Wavezwa has 6. Luis Rivera has 5. And that's where we are right now. 20-16, Tide on top, and it's their basketball coming out of the timeout with 1:07 remaining in this first quarter. Cordero defended by Rosiris. Kevin Arist back to Cordero. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Cordero drives, nice drop off. That's Kevin Ruiz, but a jump ball is called. That's gonna be English basketball. Again, good defense by Badmus. Nice D by Menexen. Badmus working on Ruiz. Nice D by Arist, but the foul is called. So Badmus will go to the line shooting 2. Badmus gets the shooter's bounce. And gets the bounce again. Badmus has 4 points. Bulldogs down by 2. Cordero, nice job by Cordero. Pulls up from the elbow, no good. Vizcaíno with the rebound. He's got numbers, pushes it to Wavezwa. Nice pass over to Badmus. That's good ball movement. Bulldogs have tied it up. Nice dish by Wavezwa, finding the trailing Badmus. Arist goes to the hoop. Nice job by the senior captain. Drops it in. Arist with 4 points. Tied back up by 2. Now it's Lionel Rivera fouled at the rim. And the sophomore will go to the line shooting 2. Rivera knocks them both down. Tied up at 22. 5 seconds left. Kevin Ruiz is going to try it from downtown. Got it. Kevin Ruiz ends the first quarter, putting the Tide on top by 3. 25-22 after 1. I mean, I'm not a math guy, but that's like on pace for like 100. That's a lot of points. I love it. After 1 quarter of play, 25-22. Those are big numbers. I mean, you average that out, these teams are going to be scoring a lot by the end of this game. So they're tied up by 3. Again, scoring very balanced for the Tide right now. Kevin Arist has 4, Narini Muhammad with 4, Menexen has 4. Lewis leading the way with 6. Cordero puts the brakes on Vizcaino. Arist. Oh, nice take. But good defense by Luis Rivera. Badmus comes up with the rebound. So Badmus makes the hoop and then hits the floor pretty hard. I think the whistle was just for an official's timeout. They got a little bit of a slick spot there. Badmus is okay, makes the hoop in traffic. Badmus has 8 points. Tied up by 1, 25-24. That was nice D by Ruiz, too. He did a good job playing the body. But Badmus, I mean, again, you're looking at the best big man in the state, so you're going to have your hands full. Oh, nice move by Cordero. Drops it off. Ruiz thinks about the baseline. Now we go spin move. Nice move by the sophomore. Off the window, a little touch. Atta boy, Kevin Ruiz. Quick 5. Oh, that's a good look over to Badmus. He catches in deep. He's going to be tough down there. Badmus. Oh, nice outlet to Lewis down the other end. But that doesn't fall. Good D by Wavezwa at the rim, and Rivera has the rebound. He's out in front. And that's going to be going the other way. Great job. Way to take the charge. Nice job. Juvens, Lewis, and Kevin Ruiz both planted their feet. Good hands by Vizcaino, but Cordero gets it back. Gonna need some help. Gonna have to get it over. You gotta get it over. Yep, and that's gonna be actually no, Crimson Tide call a timeout. So Coach Chamberlain and the Tide take a timeout because they were very close to a half-court violation. Got to get the ball over center court. They're going to have to get it over quickly after this timeout. 6:38 remaining in the second quarter, tied up by 3. And Badmus is starting to get going down low. He's leading the way with 8 points for English. But I like the job Kevin Ruiz is doing, the sophomore off the bench with the quick 5, and he's been defending Badmus. He's playing the body well. There's really not too much more you can do after that, but he's making him work. So after the timeout, it's going to be Crimson Tide basketball, and they are going to have to get this over half court quickly. Let's see, their best bet would probably, they want to try to complete the inbounds over half court. Otherwise, they're going to have to send a guy streaking up that way. Just gets it over. Cordero, floater in the lane, no good. Rebound, who's got it? Dive for the loose ball. Looks like we're going to have a jump ball, and the arrow is going to go to Lynn English. A nice little crowd here. I mean, socially distant, but again, nice little crowd, good energy in the building. Listen, you take what you can get. Usually you're staring at just wooden bleachers, but we got some humans in here. It feels good. Wavezwa, that's a nice drive to the hoop. Doesn't get it to go. Menexen comes down with the rebound. He's off and running. I think both teams like to run. There's Menexen, throws it in. Off the window, no good. He gets his own rebound. Juvens Lewis is going to try it from the corner. That's no good. Out of bounds, going to stay with the Tide. That was a good look for Lewis. He's got 2 threes already for the Tide. We'll have a side out of bounds in front of the English bench. Marvin's Rosarius really playing some tight defense on Cordero. Now it's Menexent working against Vizcaino, and Vizcaino's really defending him tight. Nice job by Menexent. Free throw line jumper's good by Francois. Great job by Menexent, able to find Edwin Francois. And I've been so impressed with Francois the last few games. Like I said, Francois is a constant on the glass, but he's really turned up the offensive scoring. Good shot right there. So tied up by 5 with 5:43 remaining in this first half. Badmus working against Francois. And Francois is going to pick up the foul. So Badmus will go to the line shooting 2. Badness goes 1 for 2. Francois comes up with the rebound. Ralph Aneo into the game for the Crimson Tide, defended by Luis Rivera. Screen set by Francois, gets another one set by Lewis. Now he's going to work it over to Menexent. Juvens Lewis from the corner, drives baseline. Oh, offensive foul. It was a nice take by Lewis, but Badness had the position set. So that'll take the 2 points off the board. Bulldogs basketball down by 4. 5:15 left in the second quarter. Narini Muhammad back into the game. Muhammad coming up with the steal. Oh, great effort by Muhammad. Goes out of bounds, but immediately hitting the deck and his defense being seen. Nice job, again, by Muhammad. Running stride for stride with Rivera. Now it's Badmus working against Francois. And that's going to be a traveling violation. Nice D by Francois, again, playing the body. So Tide basketball, 5 minutes left, second quarter. 29-25, Everett. Screen set high by Francois. Menexent going to the baseline. Oh, John Menexent. Oh, man. John's putting together the highlight reel today. And Menexent, that's his 3rd and 1 in this first half. Let's see if he can convert at the line. He's got 6 points. And he knocks it down, make it 7 points for Menexent. He's the Tide's leading scorer. Luis Rivera is going to try it from downtown. He's got it. Rivera, big 3 in front of the Crimson Tide bench. Rivera had a few threes in their first meeting. And Rivera, he's got 8 points. Aneo tries it from downtown, no good. Badmus rebound, Wovezwa. Pushing it up the court. So Rivera with 8 points and Badmus leading the way with 9 points for the Bulldogs. Right now it's Kanye Wavezwa at the line shooting 2. He has 6 points. 32-28, tied on top. Wavezwa knocks them both down. He's got 8 points. Tide hanging on to a 2-point lead. 4:12 remaining in this first half. Screen set by Francois. Lewis heading to the basket, kicks it out to Cordero. He drives, he's gonna try it. Just inside the free throw line, no good. Badmus with the rebound. Tide need to get back defensively. English has numbers. Nice job by the Tide getting back. Vizcaino in the corner. Again, they're trying to look for Badmus. That's no good. Juvens Lewis comes up with the rebound. Nice job boxing out Vizcaino. Oh, nice move by Muhammad. That's no good. Rebound goes to Rosiris. He finds Rivera. He's going to try it from downtown. That's no good. Francois with the rebound. Finds Lewis. Juvens Lewis from downtown. No good. And that's going to be over the back on John Menexent. So Bulldogs basketball with 3:07 remaining in this first half. So Luis Rivera will go to the line shooting 1-1. That's the 9th team foul against the Crimson Tide. And Lionel Rivera is going to come up with the offensive rebound, but nice steal by Cordero. Gets it back. Ooh. Stolen by Rosiris. Nice D by David D'Souza. And again, good job by Francois. D'Souza tipped away the pass, headed to the corner. It's going to stay with the Bulldogs. 18 seconds on the shot clock, 2:46 on the game clock. Tied up by 2. Badmus at the free throw line. Oh, nice pass down low to Rivera. But big time block by John Menexent. We got a player down at the other end. And we have a whistle. Luis Rivera was down at the other end after that block. Let's see if he's okay. He's going to check out for the moment. Kanye Wavezwa will replace him. Let's take a look at Luis Rivera as he heads to the bench. So it's Lynn English basketball. They're down by 2 with 2:25 left in this first half. Kick out to Rivera. Now Rosiris thinks about the 3, leaves it for Vizcaino. Vizcaino drives. Oh, that's a nice, pretty move, but he doesn't get it to fall. Francois with the rebound finds D'Souza. D'Souza out in front, Tide have numbers. D'Souza stops, pops, drops it. Nice job, David D'Souza. Tied back up by 4. Wavezwa was going to try it from downtown. That's no good. Rebound goes to Lionel Rivera. Now Francois comes up with the rebound after the miss. Out of bounds off the sneaker of Lionel Rivera, so Crimson Tide basketball. 1:35 left in the second quarter. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, nice job by Cordero getting out of trouble there, finding D'Souza. Now he gets it back. Down to 6 on the shot clock. Cordero, baseline, no good. Rebound goes to English. Lionel Rivera dives on the floor to come up with it. Now Badness brings it up. And they get it over to Wavezwa. As we approach the final minute in the first half, Wavezwa from downtown. Got it, Kanye Wavezwa. Nothing but net. NBA range, top of the key. That's a big shot from the lefty. And a timeout is called. Crimson Tide up by 1 with 1 minute left. Now Wavezwa is the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. He has 11 points. And Menexent is the leading scorer for the Tide with 7. Adimide Badmus has 9 points. He's the second leading scorer for the Bulldogs. And Juvens Lewis has 6 for the Tide. He's their second leading scorer. So after the timeout, Crimson Tide basketball. Kevin Arice checks back into the game, replacing Edwin Francois. 1 minute remaining, first half. Oh, the substitution was not allowed, so Francois back onto the court. Gonna have to move around, there you go. Gets it into Francois. Look at Francois going coast to coast. Finds Ralph Aneo in the corner, quickly over to Menexent. Now Cordero's gonna try a top of the key 3. That's no good. Rosiris with the rebound. Final 45 seconds in this first half. English down 1. Chance at their first lead since it was 3-0. Wavezwa tries it. That's no good. Wavezwa gets the rebound, and the putback is good. And Wavezwa has 13 points, and the Bulldogs are on top by 1. Ralph Aneo, corner 3. No good, halfway down. Aneo gets the rebound, and that's going to be a foul. Nice job by Aneo following a shot. 14.2 seconds left. And that's penalty situation, so Aneo will go to the line shooting 1-1. That's the 7th team foul against Lynn English. Aneo knocks down the first. Aneo goes 2 for 2. Tied back on top by 1, 36-35. Final 10 seconds here in the first half. That's Zion Taylor from downtown. That's no good. Muhammad. Oh, he just ran out of time. Great effort by Narini Muhammad, trying to get one more in for the Tide. And that's how this first half ends. And it's the Crimson Tide up by 1, 36-35 here in the Greater Boston League Championship. More action still to come here in the second half, folks. Don't go anywhere. All right, second half is ready to begin. Some stats from the first half. The game's leading scorer right now is Lynn English's Kanye Wavezu with 13. And Adimide Badmus has 9 for the Bulldogs. Leading the way for the Crimson Tide, John Menexon has 7. And Juvens Lewis has 6. John Menexon, corner 3. That's no good. That's out of bounds. Bulldogs basketball. Badmus catches it down low. That's no good, but he's fouled. And he'll go to the line shooting 2. That foul was on number 21, Edwin Francois, and that's his second personal. Badmus going to the line, shooting 2. Francois hitting the floor after the miss on the second free throw. Jump ball is called, but it's going to stay with English, so it works out as an offensive rebound. Great hustle by both guys hitting the deck. (36-35) tied on top. 35 seconds played here in this third quarter. Entry goes to Joshua St. Jean, catches it deep. Nice deep by Francois, altering the shot. Now Juvens Lewis has it. Out in front to Menexon. Menexon skies up. And Lewis with the tip-in, that's no good. Second tip-in is good. Nice job by Juvens Lewis. He's got 8 points. And quickly back down the other way comes English. Badmus gets it to go. He's got 11. 38-37, Crimson Tide. Kevin Arist, defended by St. Jean, back out to Lewis. Now Cordero has it. Foul called off the ball. That was on number 5, Joshua St. Jean, and that's his third personal. That's something to keep an eye on. And they go right to Arist, who's defended by St. Jean, but he gets it back out to Cordero. 6.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Francois, nice move by Francois. Nice job playing the body. Edwin Francois did a great job using his body to shield the bigger Badmus and throws it off the window. And that's an offensive foul. Nice job by Kevin Arist taking the charge. So Tide basketball up 3. That's Badmus's first personal. Francois. Francois throws it in off the window. Another hoop for Edwin Francois. And a timeout has been called by Lynn English. Officials are working on a couple wet spots down in the paint. And Francois with a quick 7 points, the senior. He saw the lane given to him, and he took it. So the Tide up 42-37 with 6:03 remaining in this third quarter. We're in a timeout. We're back from the timeout. Lynn English basketball. And they are down by 5. Rivera drives. Oh, that was a nice take. Luis Rivera somehow made that. That was pretty. Menexit drives, kicks it out to Cordero. He takes it baseline. Menexit wide open from downtown, loves the view. John Menexit with 10 points. He loves that kind of space. Oh, nice hands by Francois. Edwin's having another monster game. So Bulldogs basketball, down by 6. They get it into Badmus. He's going to try to work down against Francois. He does so. Nice move by Badmus. Doesn't fall. Out of bounds, Everett basketball. Lewis inbounds to Francois. Cordero has it. Got to be mindful of getting it to half court. He does. Wavezwa very tightly defending Cordero. Nice drop off by Cordero to Francois. Good block by Badmus. And then Rivera comes up with a nice steal. Bulldogs off and running. And a reach and foul there by Steven Cordero. And that is Cordero's 3rd personal. Inbounds goes to Rosiris. Vizcaino working on Menexit, gets it over to Wavezwa. He's going to try it. That's no good. Francois with the rebound. Over to Cordero. Cordero's eyes are up. He finds Menexit. Lewis. Nice hoop. Juvens Lewis. And Juvens has 10 points. Crimson tied up by 8. This is their largest lead of the game. Badmus catches it in deep. So blocking foul against Edwin Francois. And that's Francois' 3rd. So you're going to also want to keep an eye on that. Francois is doing a really good job against Badmus, but he's got to be careful with the 3rd foul. He's actually going to check to the bench. Good call by Coach Chamberlain. And Kevin Arice checks back in. Oh, that's a nice entry pass from Rivera to Badmus. He catches it in that deep. Can't stop him. So 47-41. Tied, hanging on. Badmus has 13. Here comes the trap. Vizcaino almost comes up with it. Lewis picks up his dribble, needs help, finds Menexit. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Menexit working against Lionel Rivera. That's blocked by Wavezwa. Officials going to have a discussion. I thought that was blocked out of bounds by Wavezwa. That's right, okay. That is the correct call. Nice defense by Wavezwa. Knocked it out of bounds. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tide need to get rid of it. Down to 3. I don't think they see it. Got to get rid of it. They don't see it. Shot clock violation. Good D by the Bulldogs. But they're going to get it back. 3:40 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Tied up by 6. Pass a little too far out in front of Badmus. Muhammad comes up with the steal. Menexit has it. Oh, nice block by Wavezwa. But Kevin Arice stays with it. And Arice is going to go to the line shooting 2. Nice D by Kanye Wavezwa, turning aside the layup attempt by Menexit. But it's Kevin Arice. He'll get 2 shots coming up. Reese knocks down the second. He's got 5 points. Tied on top by 7. 3:18 left in the third quarter. Nice D by Arist, altering the shot by Wavezwa. Menexen has it. His eyes are up, finds Cordero. Oh, nice move by Cordero. Drops it off to Muhammad. Good finish by Narini. And Narini continuing to provide offense off the bench. That's 6 points. And what a block by Arist down the other end. And here comes Muhammad. He's pushing the action. He's looking to go to the rim. Narini Muhammad doesn't get it to fall. Arist can't keep up with it. Vizcaino finds Lionel Rivera now. Rivera lays it in. That's no good. Cordero with the rebound. Hold on a second. We're getting frenetic here. Now Rivera has it. I might need a timeout. Whoa. Okay, now Vizcaino has it. Everyone's heart rate is around 120. Badmus catches it in deep. He's going to get his own rebound. Putback's good. Badmus has 15, and a timeout is taken. Wow. How's that for action? I'm going to need a little bit of water on that one. But in the timeout we go with 2:27 left in this third quarter. Crimson Tide on top 50-43. So Crimson Tide basketball coming out of the timeout. They're up by 7 with 2:27 left in the third quarter. Wavezwa comes up with the steal, pokes it away from Cordero. That's a big-time hoop. Wavezwa gets the and one. And I'm telling you, this kid's next level defensively. He's really tough. That's a big-time hoop right there. He's got a chance at a three-point play. And he's got 15 points. So Wavezwa and Badmus both have 15 each. Make it 16 for Wavezwa. Muhammad now facing some tough defense, and he steps out of bounds. Lynn English pressure forcing the turnover, so the Bulldogs will get it back. They're down 4. All of a sudden, momentum starting to call Lynn English home right now. Let's see if the Tide can keep digging in. Vizcaino, he's going to get fouled, so he'll go to the line. Shooting 2, Ralph Aneo picks up the personal. So the senior will go to the line with 2 big ones coming up. 2:04 left in the third quarter. Vizcaino knocks them both down, and we have a 2-point game. And Wavezwa comes up with that steal, and Rivera turned away at the rim by Kevin Arist. That's a big block. Tide needed that. Tide are going to have to settle down here a little bit. English has really turned up the defensive pressure. And that's going to be a 8-second violation against the Tide. So Bulldogs basketball. And that's Badmus catching it in deep. And he's going to get fouled by number 4, Kevin Arist. So Badmus will go back to the line with 2 free throws coming up. Badmus knocks them both down. He's got 17 points. He's the game's leading scorer right now. Kanye Wavezwa has 16. Out of bounds, knocked away by Rivera. It'll stay with the Crimson Tide. We're tied up at 50. Need some help. Ball gets deflected. Menexen skies up to get that. Menexen crashes into the scorer's table. It's on wheels. Muhammad drives baseline. Vizcaino comes up with the steal. Bulldogs defense really the story right now. Deep entry pass to Badmus. That doesn't fall, just rims out. Muhammad with his eyes up, heading up the court. He's going to try to get it to Juvens Lewis, but Rosales comes up with the steal. Out in front to Rivera. That's blocked by Kevin Ariste. What an effort by Kevin Ariste. But Ralphineo's foot was out of bounds, so it's going to stay with Lynn English. Kevin Ariste came out of nowhere to turn aside that layup by Rivera, but it stays with the Bulldogs. 1 minute, 1 second left in this third quarter. We're tied up at 50. Tide going into a 2-3 defensively. Deep down low to Badmus. And he gets his own putback. Badmus is starting to take over this game. He's got 19. Bulldogs on top by 2. We got a foul called on Aaron Vizcaino. And that pass is stolen. Badmus comes up with the steal, gets it to Wavezwa. He drives to the basket. That's turned aside by Ariste, but not before a foul. Wavezwa will go to the line. Lynn English with a big third quarter. Wavezwa goes 1 for 2. He's got 17 points. Bulldogs up by 3. Nice pass out in front to Lewis. Good pass to Francois. That's turned aside by Aaron Vizcaino. Big block at the rim. Bulldogs now continuing to apply the pressure. And that foul is going to go on number 13, Juvens Lewis. And that puts the Crimson Tide in the penalty. So Aaron Vizcaino will go to the line, shooting 1 and 1. Vizcaino knocks down the first. Vizcaino knocks them both down. He's 4 for 4 at the line. Bulldogs up by 5. Nice take by Francois. And he'll go to the line shooting 2. Francois misses them both. Luis Rivera comes up with the rebound. Aaron Vizcaino quickly gets it up the court. Down to 15 seconds left in this third quarter. Shot clock's turned off. That's no good. Rebound stays with English. Badmus comes up with it. Bulldogs will have what looks like the last shot. Wavezwa drives. That's no good. Francois with the rebound. We're going to have a jump ball, and the arrow will give it to Everett with 0.9 seconds left. So just about a second left. It's going to be catch and shoot. And that's how this third quarter will end, with the Bulldogs turning momentum on their side. They're up by 5 after 3, 55-50. We'll be back with more action still to come in this fourth quarter. English basketball to begin things here in the fourth quarter. They're up by 5. Leading scorers. The game's leading scorer is Adimide Badmus with 19 points. And the second leading scorer is Kanye Wavezwa with 17. Everett's led by John Menexon. He has 10. And Juvens Lewis also has 10. And Edwin Francois has 7. Here it goes. Into Badmus down low. Working against Francois. And Badmus will go back to the line. And that's going to be the 4th personal against Francois. That's big. Francois is going to have to try to keep that 4th personal. And Coach Chamberlain's going to have to take him out. Looks like Kevin Ruiz is headed to the scorer's table. Badmus misses the first. Ruiz will replace Francois. Badmus goes 1 for 2. He's got 20 points. And he's going to come up with that steal. Wavezwa kicks it out. Marvin's Rosiris, corner 3, got it. Rosiris puts the Bulldogs up by 9, 59-50. And their pressure's really turned up. It's tenacious right now. Nice pass out in front to Menexon. Menexon's floater. That doesn't fall. Ruiz with the rebound. And Badmus blocks it. We're going to have a foul down low against Kevin Ruiz. And that will put the Tide in the double bonus. So Adimide Badmus will be shooting 2. Badmus goes 0 for 2. Tide basketball. They desperately need to try to get a hoop here. See if they can pass out of this press. Menexen drives, heads to the hoop. Nice take by Menexen, doesn't go. Badmus with the rebound. Now it's Rivera. And Rivera doesn't get it to go. Wavezwa had the rebound, but it's poked away, stolen by Cordero. Cordero, Tide have numbers. He's going to pull up. Jumper's no good. Putback, no good. And another putback by Ruiz is no good, but he'll go to the line on the foul. So Kevin Ruiz headed to the charity stripe shooting 2. Ruiz goes 0 for 2. Badmus comes up with the rebound. Wavezwa, bullet pass down low to Rivera. Finds Marvin's Rosiris, back to Wavezwa. Good ball movement from the Bulldogs. Vizcaino kicks it out. Rosiris, three-pointer. Nice job by Menexen coming out to block the 3. Lewis has it. So a foul is called. And that will put the Crimson Tide at the line. Now English is in the penalty. So a 1-and-1 coming up for senior Juvens Lewis. No good. Badmus comes up with the rebound. Well, they get the switch they want. Now Badmus defended by Lewis. Vizcaino from the corner. Menexen blocks another corner 3. John Menexen having quite a game. Now he's going to try it from downtown. That's good, John Menexen. Tide needed that one. Menexen's got 13. Tide down by 6. 59-53, 5:45 left, fourth quarter. Wavezwa answers with the 3, no good. Vizcaino with the rebound. Muhammad defending Vizcaino. Nice hands by Muhammad. Great pressure by Muhammad, but he picks up the foul. Aaron Vizcaino will go to the line and double bonus situation. So again, all fouls from here on out will result in 2 free throws for English. Bulldogs making their free throws. Vizcaino's perfect at the line. He's 5 for 5. Make it 6 for 6 for Vizcaino, the senior, getting it done. He's got 6 points all at the line. And with that make, it allows English to set up in their press, and that has really been the story in the second half. Francois, nice job by the big guy advancing it. Nice pass, too, down low to Lewis, but good defense by Rivera, and then he keeps it in bounds. What a play by Luis Rivera, blocking the shot, then going airborne to keep it in. 61-53, Bulldogs on top as we approach the 5-minute mark in this fourth quarter. That's going to be out of bounds. Everett basketball. Cordero. Nice move by Cordero. English managing to get a hand, it seems like, on every pass. And Juvens Lewis is going to get called for the personal. Lynn English is really doing a great job. Active hands. They seem to deflect a lot of passes, and it's really been the story in the second half. It's It's been what's going on here. So now it's Joshua St. Jean, the sophomore, at the line shooting 2. And you really got to credit the Bulldogs. They're making them count at the line. St. Jean knocks them both down. Bulldogs on top by 10, 4:54 remaining in this fourth quarter. Screen set by Lewis. Cordero finds Arist. Thinks about driving baseline, kicks it back out. Juvens Lewis, top of the key, 3, no good. Badness with the rebound. That one almost went for Lewis, halfway down and out. Vizcaino tries it just inside the free throw line. That's no good. Francois with the big rebound. Gets it out to Arist. Tied half numbers if they push. Juvens Lewis has a good view. Takes it baseline. Nice take by Lewis. Nice hoop. Juvens Lewis. He's got 12 points. Tied down by 8. Let's see if they can come up with some defensive intensity. They do just that. Arist diving for the ball. Finds Menexit. What a play by Kevin Arist. Hitting the deck, getting the assist from his backside. John Menexit now. Menexit's got 15. Tide come up with another steal. Oh, Edwin Francois. Gotta love the pressure from the Tide. So Francois going to the line with 2 big free throws coming up. 3:54 left in this fourth quarter. Again, some more housekeeping. Haven't seen too many mops recently, you know? That's right. You got the old dish towel out there. Oh, maybe it's a face towel, I don't know. I suppose they're a little more fluffier, right? Some more fibers, right? What's the linen count? That's a big thing. All right, so Francois at the line, shooting 2. Francois knocks down the second. He's got 8 points, allows the Tide to set up in their press, which has gotten 2 quick steals. And again, that pressure's looking good. Nice cross-court pass, though, by Rivera. That was a nice play. That's backcourt. Oh, it was close. Okay, Menexit comes up with the steal. Oh, nice move. But they can't get it to fall. And what a job by Aaron Vizcaino. Jump ball. It's going to be Crimson Tide ball, but Vizcaino just almost ripped that. Nice job by Arist to hang on to it. Good defense at the rim, turning aside the layup by Menexit. Ooh, yep. Traveling violation. Bulldogs basketball, 3:37 remaining. They're ahead 63-58. Great job by the Tide. So a timeout was called. There was a little bit of confusion. One official looked like he had a foul call, but the timeout looks like it came just before the foul call. So timeout taken by head coach Antonio Anderson and the Bulldogs with 3:33 remaining in this fourth quarter. English is up 63-58. It's been a great game. Back and forth action. Bulldogs have had a big third quarter, but the Tide trying to turn the tide with their defensive effort, trying to get back into it. If they can make baskets, the Tide really need to set up their press. That's where their defense has been at its finest. But again, you got to credit English because they're really not making any mistakes down the stretch, and they're making all their free throws. That's really the difference right now. English has been pretty good at the line. And those are characteristics of a team that's won 2 state titles in a row. So really no mystery there. Okay, here we go. Tide, see if they can come up with one. Arist almost does, but Rivera gets it back over to Vizcaino. Menexen has a hand on it. Juvens Lewis hits the floor. Jump ball is called. It's going to go to English. But again, great effort from both teams. Everyone hitting the floor. Now 3:26 remaining. They get it to Badmus. And Cordero comes up with the steal. Out in front to Menexen. Menexen lays it in. Tied down by 3. Menexen has 17 points. Got to get back defensively. There's Badmus. Menexen with the steal. Now it's the Tide's defense changing the style of this game. We're under 3 minutes. Menexen drives to the basket, but they're going to call him for traveling. So they call Menexen for steps. Still got to reset defensively. Oh, Menexen with his hand on it. So the foul's called on John Menexen. And again, that's double bonus, so that's 2 free throws coming up. That's Menexen's 3rd. And Luis Rivera will head to the line shooting 2 with 2:56 remaining and what's a 3-point Lynn English lead, 63-60. Rivera knocks down the first. Big free throw. Nice job by Luis Rivera, knocks them both down. Can't say enough about Lynn English at the line. They're knocking them down. So Bulldogs back up by 5. Marvin's Rosiris defending Cordero tightly. Kevin Arist. And that's going to be out of bounds off Wavezwa, so the Tide will get it back. Nice job defensively by Rivera blocking the shot. So 7 seconds on the shot clock for the Crimson Tide. 2:32 on the game clock. Tied down by 5. Gonna have to get rid of this one quickly. Juvens Lewis. And that did not hit rim, so that's a shot clock violation. Bulldogs basketball. Yes, that was a foul there. And it's Kanye Wavezwa who will be going to the line shooting 2. Cordero picks up the foul. And that is Stephen Cordero's 5th foul. So the sophomore will foul out of the game. Coming back into the game is Ralph Aneo. Wavezwa knocks down the first. And he knocks them both down. Nice job by Edwin Francois handling the basketball. But check out that defense by Marvin's Rosiris. And Badmus comes up with the steal. It's a big steal. Rivera now defended by Aneo, gets it over to Marvins Rosiris. English now, slowing it down, trying to chew up some clock, down to 10 on the shot clock. Aaron Vizcaino makes the layup. Bulldogs back up by 9. Nice drive by Juvens Lewis. Gets a quick 2 back. And Juvens has 14 for the Crimson Tide. And a timeout quickly called. So with 1:33 remaining in this fourth quarter, Lynn English is ahead 69-62. So we're coming out after the timeout. I'm hoping I'm still official with my stats. Again, I have Adimide Badmus leading the way with 20 points, and Kanye Wavezwa has 18. Those are the leading scorers for Lynn English and the game's leading scorers. John Menexon has 17 for the Crimson Tide, and Juvens Lewis has 14. Steal by Muhammad. Layup's good. Nice job by Narini Muhammad. Baseline jumper. And Muhammad has got 8 points. Tide need to get back. Rivera's going to try it from downtown. That's a big 3. Luis Rivera sticks the 3. Now Lewis has it. English has just continued to have answers. They've had answers at every stop, but the Tide continuing to play tough. Now we're going to have a jump ball. It's going to stay with the Crimson Tide. Nice job by the officials. So jump ball was the call. It's going to be Crimson Tide basketball. And a good show of sportsmanship. Rosiris and Lewis. Between the two, good job. Now it's D'Souza, has it in the corner. Tide are going to have to move quickly here. Time is not on their side. We're down to 1 minute in the game. Menexit down to 7 on the shot clock. Lewis is going to try a corner 3. Got it. Juvens Lewis with the 3. He's got 17 points. Tied down by 5. And a blocking foul is the call. So Narini Muhammad picks up the foul, and Kanye Wavezwa will go to the line shooting 2 with 47.4 seconds left. That's Muhammad's 3rd foul. So Wavezwa going to the line with the Bulldogs up by 5. Wavezwa knocks down the first. The junior continuing to come up with all the answers for the Bulldogs. Knocks them both down. He's got 20 points. Tied down by 7. Turned away by Rivera. Menexon tries the jumper. That's good. 74-69. Bulldogs on top. Out of bounds. It's going to be Crimson Tide basketball as Wavezwa steps on the out of bounds line. So Everett basketball, 30.5 seconds remaining. They're down by 5. And a timeout taken by Coach Chamberlain and the Crimson Tide. So if you're the Crimson Tide coming out of this timeout, you're going to want to make your move to the hoop quickly, whether it's designing a three-point play or just heading to the basket. But you have to be quick with that move. There's only 30.5 seconds left. And then you want to try to set up that press, try to get a quick steal. If not, you're going to have to foul. Problem is English has been near perfect at the foul line, so something has to give if you are to complete this comeback, whether it's by way of steals or hopefully English continues to not shoot the lights out at the stripe. But right now it's Crimson Tide basketball. Juvens Lewis and John Menexon with 17 points each. Like to get it to one of those guys. Menexon has it. D'Souza's going to try it from the corner. That's no good. Rebound goes to Juvens Lewis. He tries it from the corner. That's no good. And Rivera comes up with the rebound. And Kanye Wavezwa is going to be fouled by Kevin Arist with 9.9 seconds left. So Wavezwa going to the line with the Bulldogs up 5. That's 21 points for Wavezwa. He misses the second, but Wavezwa gets his own rebound. But he loses it out of bounds, so it's going to be, is that the call? Yeah, Crimson Tide basketball with 6.3 seconds left. Goes into Lewis. Lewis makes it at the buzzer, but it's the Lynn English Bulldogs continuing their reign, and they are the Greater Boston League champions with a final score of 75-71. You got to tip your hat to the Bulldogs. That's the sign of a state championship team. We're going to send it down to the public address announcer.
We have a basketball season. At this time, I'd like to present the championship trophy to the Lynn English Bulldogs.
So again, hats off to the Lynn English Bulldogs, a championship program, premier program, and you got to tip your hat to the Everett Crimson Tide. Should be very proud. Great job by head coach Stanley Chamberlain and his staff. They left it all out there. Certainly is no shame in losing to a powerhouse like the Bulldogs. The Tide will be back, but to the seniors, we want to bid adieu. Some great work over the years by number 4, Kevin Arist, number 13, Juvens Lewis, number 21, Edwin Francois, and number 33, Rove Bryce. So to all of our seniors, it's been a great career and a great ride, and we thank you for everything you've done, and we wish you the very best going forward. And to all those guys coming back, we look forward to the future. But that's going to do it here from Lynn, Massachusetts at Lynn English High School with the final score, the Lynn English Bulldogs 75, Everett 71. We want to thank you for joining us for Basketball Night on EHS TV 15. Would like to give a special thanks to our central administration. I'm going to read off some names here. That's our Superintendent of Schools, Priya Tahiliani, our Deputy Superintendent, Kim Sai, Assistant Superintendents, Charles Obremski and Kevin Shaw, our Chief Financial Officer, Anu Madapa Jayanth, Budget and Grants Director, Shirley Pang, Executive Associate of Project Implementation, Adeline Celestin, Director of Special Education, William Donahue, our High School Principal, Eric Nauman, Assistant Principal Corey McCarthy, our Athletic Director Tammy Turner, and our Communications Coordinator Dave O'Connor. We also want to recognize our television studio. That's our live stream and technical producer Jeff Natio, and my camera operator Joe Camley. I'm Josh Delgazo from all of us here at EHS TV 15. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday and have a great weekend.